to be asked to do this speech today honouring a famous Scottish author. And so I give you Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter, no wait, it's burned, isn't it? Oh, sorry. That's something else. So we're here obviously to honour the memory, well, we're not really here to honour the memory of Robert Burns, but it's a kind of it's a subtext or a whatever to get wrong. And Robert Burns liked women. There was no disguise in the fact he liked women. Well, if you've read anything about it, which I did on the internet for 5 minutes today. And apparently he was quite randy. So, a little bit more kind of there, he was a lusty chap. He had 8 children to 5 different ladies. Well done, eh? So he finally settled with his wife, well not his wife, he wasn't married to at that point. He finally settled with Jean Armour, who later went on to invent the armoured car. But we should not forget that it was his ready and boundless love of women that inspired his writing. For my part, he wrote, I never had the least thought or inclination of turning poet until I got heartily in love, and then rhyme and song were, in a manner, the spontaneous language of my heart. That's a quote from Dougie. At this stage in the evening, we must pause and give thanks to the ladies. And at this point in the evening, we would be respecting the age-old stereotype, we're obviously in the 2000 and something now, I've forgotten, that women cook the meal, eh? But really, we're not in the 70s, are we? Well, they did cook the meal. Oh, sorry. So in that case, it wasn't bad. Well done. And I see that there are 1 or 2 traditional cornerstones of Scottish cooking. Firstly, I was glad to find the familiar burnt taste in all the plates. A special congratulations for the burning of the soup. So it really was well done, I mean burnt. Sadly though, there were no chips. Points deducted, ladies. What I ask you is a Scottish kitchen without a chip pan. Of course we're familiar with the Mediterranean salads, olives, oil, balsamic vinegar. But who I ask you can ignore this fine Scottish salad with its salad cream, chips and boiled eggs. And at this point it's generally expected that I should ridicule the women, but tonight it's time to break with this age-old sexist masochist tradition. Yeah. I think we've all advanced at it. So, Anna told me the other day that she felt she needed more space. And you know, this is quite a public area to share that, but these things can happen in a relationship, you know, they do from time to time. And I was saying to the guys, I said to Anna, I was a little taken aback, and I steadied myself and gave her the good news today that in response to a heartfelt need for more space, that we're going to extend the kitchen. So, and on the same theme, does anybody really know why women have smaller feet? Well, a Scottish study has shown it helps them get closer to the cooker. Well, who wrote that? That's ridiculous. Anyway. And while we're on the same theme, does anyone know why this part of a lady is called the waist? Because you're going to get 2 more tits there. Checking out the faces in here, I would say that some of us are more lucky than others, to be fair. But recently, after a heavy night of drinking, I didn't know at what time I got home, I didn't know how I got home or anything else. And this led me to some worrying and some anxiety. But fortunately, imagine how comforting it was when Anna asked me if I remembered how I got home and what time I got home. And then told me all the gory details about it. So it's good to have women at our side. And of course, there are also scientifically proved genetic differences between men and women. I don't know, everyone knows about X and Y chromosomes and it can make a difference between everything. But the recent genome project identified 2 genes which have an increased difference between men and women. They identified the first gene, it's been called the boozer gene, This usually manifests itself in men, but it's not exclusive to men. And it usually turns out that the person possessing this gene will often be found in a bar. There's nothing wrong with that, but usually long after they're supposed to have went home. The other one is that men have what's called medically, I'm not a doctor, but let me read this out, the psychic communication gene. So it's a male gene. There are no. This gene doesn't exist in women, and basically it means that men don't talk very much. So, for example, if in a couple or whether a guy is enjoying a meal or your partner looks attractive or whatever else, then men have a rare gene defect, which means that we telepathically tell you how good you look. And that's unfortunately why there's so many misunderstandings between men and women. I read it in the Lancet, it's a medical journal, and it's true. So it's not that we're bams, it's just, it's science. If you don't believe me, look up for yourself. So, I have the boozer gene, I have to say, and I have to say big thank you to Anna, because Anna has helped me realise so many things. One of the primary fears that is raised by the boozer gene is that if you don't drink everything tonight, it won't be there tomorrow. Which is not just a male gene, I think it's a Scottish gene. To learn that there will be more beer tomorrow. It's not going to disappear from circulation, and that the bars are also open tomorrow as well. So thanks Anna, and thanks Vignette. So now to the thanks. I had written down a primary list of Helen, Joanne, Jill and Alison, but there were so many other ladies who took place in the Praetorium tonight that I can't really say just to those four. And it's just to say thanks very much. You've brought more than a touch of glamour to the occasion, which would otherwise have been a fairly ugly piss-up. So thanks to the patience, consideration and love which the women show us every day, and that we don't reciprocate. And occasionally let's remember and recognise how much richer our lives are because we have a lady in our life. And also the lady bits. Let's not forget those bits.